I always somehow had to say that twice. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. We're delighted to have each and every one of you here today. The service is extra special just because you are here. You are here. Each one of you is very important to us today. Welcome to the Berkeley Fellowship. We are together going to sing our prelude, Love Will Guide Us, and the words will be on the screens. Thank you. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, choir. Thank each and every one of you. All right. I'm Virginia, and I'm pleased to represent VFUU this morning and welcoming you and helping to make you feel at home. Would you turn to someone beside you or behind you and say hello? Make them feel welcome. All right. And we give a special welcome to our friends on Zoom. Welcome, and we wave at that little camera back there because we're told they can see us. All right. We're a part of a free religious tradition that honors the loving heart, the open mind, and growing together within the beloved community. A reminder, please silence your phones. If you have any announcements, please give them to Jeff in the back corner there to my left. Write them down and give them to Jeff. If you would like to write in our Book of Joys and Sorrows, it is to my right, your left on the table, and you still have time to write anything there that you would like to share. I will read those in a bit. Our fellowship stands on land that is today called Berkeley. The members of our fellowship acknowledge that the land on which our buildings are located was inhabited and stewarded for thousands of years by indigenous peoples and is the unceded ancestral territory of the Ramaytush Ohlone people. We also acknowledge the forced removal and genocide of the indigenous inhabitants, our forebears, and the ongoing erasure of their culture and experiences. In accordance with our UU principles, we affirm the dignity and worth of indigenous peoples, past, present, and future. We will honor their heritage by educating ourselves about their history and contributions. As we strive to promote justice, equity, and compassion in human relations, we will listen to, learn from, and lift up indigenous voices. We will demonstrate our shared values and respect for the interdependent web of all existence through conservation of our Mother Earth. We commit to moving beyond acknowledgement to action in order to promote greater understanding of Indigenous peoples' concerns and rights. Thank you. We are very pleased today to have a special guest with us, Rafel Jesús González. Rafel, Professor Emeritus of Literature and Creative Writing, was born and raised biculturally and was born and raised biculturally, bilingually in El Paso, Texas. Juarez, I should have asked you, how do you say it? Chihuahua, and taught at various universities before settling at Laney College in Oakland, where he founded the Department of Mexican and Latin American Studies in 1969. Wow. That in and of itself deserves a warm round of applause and lots of appreciation. Thank you. He's also a visual artist and has exhibited at the Oakland Museum of California, the Mexican Museum of San Francisco, and others in the United States and Mexico. He was 4 times nominated for a Pushcart Prize. I think that's supposed to be a prize, for a Pushcart Prize. He was honored by the National Council of Teachers of English and Annenberg CPB for his writing in 2003. In 2013, he received a Cesar E. Chavez Lifetime Award and was honored by the city of Berkeley with a Lifetime Achievement Award at the 13th Annual Berkeley Poetry Festival 2015. That's a lot, but you've had a long and distinguished career. He is the first poet laureate of Berkeley. Let's welcome Rafel while he brings us opening words.
Thank you kindly. It is my custom to open my readings and lectures by burning a little sage or sweet grass or copal, whichever fragrant smoke is available. It was a custom of my ancestors from the Central Plateau of Mexico to burn sage, copal, to invoke the gods and goddesses, to be witness that what was said was truth, and if it was not, it was by error and not intent. Lamento, himno o canto a la acción. A Martin Luther King Jr. en el 50 aniversario de su asesinato. He minado las palabras del grande por las más brillantes joyas de su saber, para marcar los 50 años de su asesinato. ¿Sería su brillantez que me cegó con lágrimas? ¿O sería la memoria hace medio siglo que verdaderamente hizo de abril, un mes amargo. Cuando se silencia tal voz por la justicia, todo el mundo sufre una gran herida y la verdad misma debe vestir velos de luto. Lo doble penoso este día es que imbéciles y embusteros ocupan las sillas del poder y nos gobiernan en una democracia hecha podrida, mordida, como la fue desde sus principios por el gusano de la esclavitud y la conquista. La justicia solamente una palabra deshilada, mascada por los perros de la codicia, hipócritas y canallas. Debemos marcar este día con un lamento, o con un himno, o con un canto a la acción, para sacarnos a las calles clamando por la justicia y la paz, de los cuales habló que vengan rodando como agua en poderosas corrientes. Tales son nuestras opciones. Pero en cuanto a mí, vengo a cantar el canto de la acción. Threnody, hymn, or rallying song. To Martin Luther King Jr. on the 50th anniversary of his murder. I have mined the Great One's words for his brightest gems of wisdom to mark the 50 years of his murder. Was it their brilliance that blinded me with tears? Or was it that memory of half a century ago that truly made of April a cruel month? When such a voice for justice is silenced, the whole world suffers a great wound, and truth itself must wear the veils of mourning. Doubly painful this day is that fools and liars sit upon the chairs of power and govern us in a democracy grown rotten, bitten as it was from its beginnings by the worm of slavery and conquest. Justice, but a word frayed and chewed by dogs of greed, hypocrites and knaves. Should we mark this day with a threnody, or with a hymn, or with a rallying song, to bring us to the streets, clamoring for the justice and peace of which he spoke, to come rolling down like waters in a mighty stream? Such is our choice. But as for me, I am here to sing the rallying song. Let me begin by giving you a definition of poetry of which I will speak. In the announcement, I was quoted saying that poetry like bread is everyone's. That's actually a line by the martyred Salvadorian poet Roque Dalton. But poetry is not bread. So what is it? I'll read you the definition of it. Basically, it is a form of art that is formed of the use of words, conscious of the music inherent in language. The word poem comes from the Greek word to create. Poetry is essentially a celebration of consciousness. At its roots, the deepest level of consciousness, love. So that all poems are essentially love poems. Its purpose is the exploration of consciousness and to open perception, to awake. In its highest form, we responded to it in the mind, in the heart, and in the gut. And it makes the hairs at the back of our neck stand up. It is called the aesthetic experience. We are wont to associate aesthetics with beauty. But actually, the word aesthetics comes from the Greek word for perception. That's what we experience when we say we have the aesthetic experience. In 2008, I was invited to give a paper and present readings at the book fair of Havana, Cuba. Arguably, the next most important book fair in the Spanish-speaking world, only second to that of the book fair of Guadalajara. And in walking from where I was staying to the lecture hall in El Morro, I came across a wall that had a graffiti on it that said, "Poeta eres tú que lees." Poet are you who read. It's a truth that the poem is only completed when it is heard or read, and the hearer, the reader, recreates it in his or her mind with the same focus that the poet employed to create it. But let me say that words are only symbols. Words are sounds that carry with them meaning. But words, as I said, are only symbols. But poetics apply not only to language and to words, but to symbols themselves that we have to interpret for ourselves. The small pin that you picked up on coming through the doors is called the Earth Justice Peace symbol. Many refer to it as the badge of the beloved community. It is a symbol that you see on the banner behind me. Often when people see that symbol, or when I hand them the pin, the very first reaction is, how beautiful. What does it mean? And my usual answer is, it means what it says. It obliges them to look at it again. And not only to look at it, but to see it. There is a difference between looking and seeing. Never have I found anyone who did not know what it meant once they considered it. The sun, the earth, the wings of the white bird of peace, and the rainbow. They may not know that the rainbow is the International Rainbow Peace Flag. But who does not find the rainbow beautiful? The harmony and diversity, the breaking of the light into the spectrum of all the colors that we can see. There is beauty inherent in it. When a person receives that pin, they are receiving a blessing. And when a person sees it, they receive that blessing. Momentarily and instantaneous, there must be in that recognition of beauty. One can say that it is a prayer, the only prayer worth making, of praise and of gratitude for our existence, for what my friend Matthew Fox calls the original blessing. So when you receive it and when you look at it, you're receiving that blessing in recognition. The second pin that you picked up on that is much more a declaration, a challenge, if you will. It has on it an abstract design that we associate with a crown, totalitarian power. And on it, a red X, so we associate with cancellation. And if there's any doubt, the words in bold, no kings. And below it, in red, white, and blue, is the numeral 250. And that refers to 250 years since the founding of this nation. And the 250 years that painfully we have worked for a true democracy. The 250 years that now culminates with a regimen of fascists. And I will mince no words, we are under the rule of fascism. The media tends to call it conservatism. Conservatives, my ass. They are not conservative, they are totalitarian fascists. Now, let me say something about symbols. They can be perverted. All symbols, almost all symbols. It's very hard to pervert this one. But for a prime example, a symbol that goes to the very, very beginnings of human consciousness is found in every culture. It's found in the most ancient excavations that anthropologists have found. In the ancient traditions of India. Well, first of all, we surmise, or we infer, that it originally was a reference to the sun, a depiction of the sun, or also of the four sacred directions with which we orient ourselves, as you might say. In the very ancient traditions of India, it stood for Dharma, the wheel of existence, and as always a symbol of fortune, of good fortune. Ganesh, the God, the Lord of good beginnings, is often depicted with it adorning his forehead, the third eye, the opening into consciousness. And I refer to the swastika. The swastika, as we all know, was appropriated by the Nazis of Germany. And they used it as a symbol of their power to inflict some of the greatest evil that humanity has ever experienced and created. To such an extent that now it's virtually impossible to purify that sacred symbol of the evil which has been tainted by that fascism. And all symbols are liable to be perverted. Take, for example, the cross that is imbued with evil when it is used by such Christo-fascists as Opus Dei and the Christian nationalists. So we must be careful of our symbols. Defend them from corruption. I mentioned what we all know, that we are ruled by the forces of fascism, the fascists, who terrorizes, persecuting and arresting innocent people, tearing families apart, facing us who oppose them peacefully by tear gassing us, by shooting at us, pepper spraying us, torturing us, shooting us. They have terrified our cities like Los Angeles, Minnesota, Washington, D.C., Portland, New Orleans, and threatened to do so with everyone. And when we oppose them peacefully, they call us terrorists. Language can be perverted, and no one is better at perverting them than fascists. George Orwell, his novel 1984, explored this. Doublespeak, he called it. Look for that doublespeak in our media. Look for that doublespeak in the utterances of Trumpet Mouth and his ilk. Okay? They call us terrorists. A label that has been used against anyone that the United States deems its enemy in order to attack them. When all or most of the foreign policy of the United States is imposed upon others by sheer terrorism, as it happened in the criminal war on Iraq, and now the criminal war in Iran. Okay? So they call us terrorists. When they call us terrorists, two things are at work. They designate us as the enemy. Certainly, I declare myself as such to them. And also an admission that they are terrified of us. So let us be the terrorists that we have been designated. And on March 28th, come out in such huge numbers that it will make them quake and shake in what's left of their minute souls. I am not one. I am a user of words, and I have been recognized as such. And I refuse to use words falsely. It is said that poetry is the use of language as if it were silence. There is that sacred silence, the silence we approach the mountains and the oceans and the rivers and the trees and the beloved. That is the silence of meditation that we must cultivate in our souls. But there is also the unholy silence. It is the silence of fear. It is the silence that we maintain in the face of injustice and cruelty. And that is the silence that we must break and oppose. Let us go out into the streets on the 28th with our music, with our songs, and with our joy, and peacefully terrify them. And I say with our joy, for in our joy is rooted our power. Protect your joy. Protect our joy, even in the face of the ungodly. Because there lies a power that we must cultivate, with which we must face the cruelty of fascism and what it stands for. Son peligrosos los poetas. Son peligrosos los poetas. Suelen decir verdades inconvenientes, palabras que incomodan. No veneran las fronteras. Para ellos, la lengua es instrumento para derribar paredes, para romper los cercos, para abrir los caminos por donde nos llegan los dioses. Son reverentes, son blasfemos, confunden el sacramento y la juerga, confunden las tabernas y los templos. Son peligrosos los poetas. Poets are dangerous. They tend to tell inconvenient truths, words that discomfort. They do not respect borders. For them, the tongue is a tool to break down walls, to tear down fences, to open the roads through which the gods reach us. They are reverent. They are blasphemous. They confuse the sacrament and the revel. They confuse the taverns and the temples. Poets are dangerous.
Thank you, dangerous one. I'm sure we can honor Raphael by being in the street, being among that number. Thank you so much. We're now going to light our chalice. I have a volunteer. Thank you. Please light your own chalice or candles at home while we light our communal chalice for all of us, a symbol of our tradition and the spirit that lives within every one of us. Okay. Please read with me our Eunice chalice lighting, which is on the board. Let love be the spirit of this congregation and service its goal. This is our living covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truths in life, and to help one another. I will now say the reading for our red candle. We light our red candle to mourn Black lives taken by police violence, to proclaim that Black lives matter, and to express our commitment to Black liberation, reparations, and the end of slave capitalism. Thank you. Thank you. Please join the choir in singing Peace I Ask of Thee, O River. We're now going to take a moment for silent meditation. I'm going to hit the chime as a time for us to start, but get comfortable. Follow your breath to your inner stillness. I will ring the chime again in approximately 2 minutes. The ritual of joys and sorrows is a time for each of us to share what is in our hearts this week and to ask the community, our community, for prayers and support. Each week we lay out a book that Jeff is now bringing me. You're welcome to write in it your joys and sorrows. Thank you, Jeff. A warm welcome to Rafel Jesús González, who now has brought the power of his poetry to our pulpit today. Today is the opening reception for our latest art exhibition, Marching, You'll note it's up around on our walls, and we'll hear more about it today as James is presented to us after the service. Photography by James, is it Lariger? Thank you. Please stick around after service to hear James talk about these photos at 12:45. Someone adds, please send healing vibes to our little Sasha, the snow cat. Thanks. And then someone offers thoughts for the mothers of the 165 girls in Manab and for children everywhere, victims of war. End this madness. Someone seems to have found bedding in the south garden. As you can see, all are flattened. You're always welcome to share what is on your heart in this book.
And Virginia, from our friends on Zoom, we have from Karen DeWald, I hope you will celebrate International Women's Day.
Mm-hmm. We are celebrating it in our own way. Now is the time when we speak aloud the names of anyone to whom we want to send support and loving energy. For those of you who aren't usually with us, I'll elaborate a little bit. This is our way of just speaking into our community, names of those we want others to lift up with us, or issues or concerns. And you're all invited to do that. Now we move on to the silent part of our morning ritual. It's the healing ritual with water and stones for anything that's in our hearts that we wish to bring into the community that is perhaps too sensitive to speak aloud. We have a symbolic action to take. We walk down the center aisle, choose a stone or stones, immerse it in the water as a symbol of this represents our community and sharing our concerns with all of us. You're invited to come down the aisle now. Let's line up. for all that we have shared, and for all that we will share in our ongoing lives together. May we be grateful. Okay. Today's meditation song comes from the Buddhist tradition and is found in the order of service. I'm sure it will also be on the screen. Let us join together in singing. May I be safe, may I be well, may I know joy, may I be free, may you be safe, may you be well, may you know joy, may you be free, may they be safe, may they be well, may they know joy, may they be free, may all be saved, may all be well, may all know joy, may all be free. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, congregation. We now have the pleasure of hearing Ms. Phoebe Thomas Sorgan and Andy Jameson performing We Are One by Brian Tate.
And who is this? This is Marty Muldoon joining me in singing We Are One. When we walk, when we sleep, when we rise, we are one. When we laugh, when we sing, when we cry, when we run, we are one. And we shall love one another with all our hearts. And we shall care for each other with all our soul and our might. When we stand, when we stand, when we fall, when we fall, when we rise, we are one. In the cold, in the heat, in the dark, in the sun, we are one. And we shall love one another with all our hearts. And we shall care for each other with all our soul and our might. When we're hurting one another, that's the way we hurt ourselves. With our siblings and our mothers, we will rise. And we do, and we do, and we try, and we try. We must live, or we die, or we
Stay right there, stay right there. That was fabulous. But this is a great song to sing together, and I think people wanted to hear you. But would you sing lead that last verse again, and everybody join in who wants to?
I think we're behind schedule, but okay with me. So from where?
Are they verses? What was the last verse?
Yeah, when we walk. Okay. 120. Okay. 1, 2, 3. When we walk, when we sleep, when we rise, we are one. When we laugh, when we sing, when we cry, when we run, we are strong. We belong. We
Wonderful. You all sounded great. All right. Now is the time when we share our responsibility for the home which we are creating together. Our shared plate partner for March is Healthy Black Families. All right. If we can start taking the collection while I share about Healthy Black Families, and Tom is going to sing for us while we do that. Healthy Black Families was founded in 2013 by Vicki Alexander, MD, and PH. Healthy Black Families works at the intersection of public health, community empowerment, and cultural connection. Their programs are shaped by the voices, histories, and lived experiences of Black families, grounded in trust, cultural pride, and mutual care. We bring our mission to life through 3 core areas of work: community support, direct services, culturally rooted programs, and collective action, along with policy change. Tom Rudderow is going to perform All for One, One for All.
Please do. I peered through a glass dark one day, saw leaders leading us astray. I watched in horror and dismay democracy's sure downfall. Then the glass began to call me. They're the people far and not to all for one. I forgot the words. Life, liberty, pursuit of joy, for all promised, yet some destroy. Justice, democracy through greed, unconcerned one for another's need. We hereby claim the worth of all. May peace prevail on earth, recall by the people, for the people, all for one, one for all. There's to be peace in nations, there must be peace in the cities. If there's to be peace in the cities, there must be peace between neighbors. If there's to be peace between neighbors, there must be peace in the home. If there's to be peace in the home, there must be peace in the heart. Books, not bombs. Jobs, not jails. Healthcare, not warfare. Rights, not racism. Justice, not blindness. Not killing, but kindness. Stand up and heed the call. All for one, one for all. I never liked the word evil, talking about other people. But one thing I cannot ignore: power makes evil behavior. God forgive forgive them. They don't recall, their deeds on themselves shall befall, till they display a better way, all for one, one for all. If there's to be peace in nations, there must be peace in the cities. There's to be peace in the cities, there must be peace between neighbors. If there's to be peace between neighbors, must be peace in the home. If there's to be peace in the home, there must be peace in the heart. A new vision I have today. The leaders follow what we say. We finally have democracy. The government's been overhauled. No war, no more, no might makes right. Out from the night into the light, love's fire ignite with the insight, all for one, one for books, not bombs. Go on. Books, not bombs. Jobs, not jails. Health care, not warfare. Rights, not racism. Justice, not blindness. Not killing, but kindness. Stand up and heed the call. All for one, one for all. Stand up and heed the call. All for one, one for all. Now get on up and heed the call. All for one, one for all.
Thank you, Tom, and thank you, congregation. That was beautiful. Let's dedicate our offering. The words are in your program. To the work of this fellowship, which is creating beloved community within and beyond these walls, we dedicate ourselves, and these are offerings. We gratefully acknowledge all who have worked together on this service. Thanks to all of you here and in the Zoom room who are sharing our service today. It is wonderful to see you and to have each and every one of you sharing this service with us. All right, please check your order of service and or email newsletter for announcements. If you're not yet on our mailing list, go to bfuu.org and sign up, or contact Jeff after the service. Are there announcements, Jeff?
Thank you. Well, it's great to see you guys. Let's see. This afternoon at about 12:30 or so, well, right after the service, we're going to have lunch. Hopefully you can all stay. And right after that, we're going to have the art show with James Leriger showing us his beautiful, great photos you see all over the place. So hopefully... And if you notice, they're kind of arranged certain ways, and this might remind you of certain things that happened. Maybe you were part of it. Actually, one person recognized somebody that was in one of these photos, so maybe you'll see yourself in there. Hopefully you can hang out with us and go to that art show with us. Thank you, James. Let's see. Next Sunday is going to happen something I've never heard happen in my whole life, where two congregations or two different kind of churches kind of thing get together and do a service like together. And it's going to happen here. Raise your hand if you've ever heard of two congregations that different religions, right? Different groups, right? Getting together in the same building, the same time, having a service together. Have you ever, anybody else heard that? We did. We did 2 weeks ago. Okay, there you go. Some of you have better memories than I do. Anyway, it's going to happen again. And so if you've never been to a Sunday assembly, I've been to 2 of them. If you've never been to one, they're going to do their service like in the middle of our service. So you're going to see what they do. They do a lot of things just like us. They have joys and sorrows, and they have announcements, and they have a special speaker, whatever. That all good music, all kinds of stuff. They do theirs. They're going to do their thing in the middle of our thing. So hopefully you can come and enjoy both things. So that's going to happen next week. And if you have our tablecloth and you took it home to wash it, could you please return it? Also, if you ever want to help put up chairs after the service, you're welcome to, but don't feel you need to. But if you feel like it, we only stack 7 high, and it's a great help to help out if you feel like it. The other thing, let's see, more important stuff. Friday, the 13th, is women's concert with Andrea Pritchett, Shelley Dottie, and more. And if you have any questions, see Phoebe. Friday, 3:20, Phoebe hosts an open mic here. So it's Friday night, you want to come here, have an open mic, you want to come and sing a song, read a poem, do black magic, do a magic trick. Don't do black magic, unless you really have to. Magic tricks, whatever you want to do. If you want to come, you should probably get here at 6:30, because sometimes they fill up all the slots. So if you want to be creative and show what you got, you come here at 6:30, sign up, and then at 7 o'clock, you'll be on the list. Let's see. 323, How We Build the Movement for Justice and Peace with Kishama Sawant from Seattle. So she's going to be here. And 330, Community Potluck. Thanks, Hank, and everyone who's involved with that. Is going to be here. The Community Potluck for Activists and Friends. So thank you very much for your time. Thanks.
Hey, Jeff, who is the second congregation next week?
Sunday Assembly. It's actually not a church. It's they're started by two comedians. Came out of the Unitarian group originally. So two comedians said, you know what? Let's do the church thing, but not the church thing. You know what I'm saying? Let's do everything that we like about church, but maybe not be so religious. So if you notice, we are really religious around here. We really are. And so if you subtract that part out, you get the Sunday Assembly. So hopefully you can come and see.
All right, Phoebe, Andy, and Marjorie are going to perform We Rise with the Fire by Starhawk. Okay. And I'm sure they want people to join in, so.
The lyrics are slightly adapted from Starhawk's original. My mic is not on, I'm told.
Your mic's not on. Is Marjorie going up? You can go up and I'll go over here.
A mic, no. Oh, good, thank you. You coming up, Christy? I'll wait for Christy. We want more women on stage for International Women's Day. And this is a sing-along, so just join in whenever you'll catch on. We rise with the fire of freedom. Truth is the fire that melts our chains, and we stop the fire of destruction. Healing is the fire flowing through our veins. We rise with the fire of freedom. Truth is the fire that melts our chains, and we stop the fire of destruction. Healing is the fire running through our veins. We rise with the fire of freedom. Truth is the fire that melts our chains, and we stop the fire of destruction. Healing is the fire running through our veins. We rise with the fire of freedom. Truth is the fire that melts our chains, and we stop the fire of destruction. Healing is the fire running through our veins. We rise with the fire of freedom. Truth is the fire that melts our chains, and we stop the fire of destruction. Healing is the fire running through our veins.
Thank you for that, and that brings us to our closing. We're asking you to make a circle around the room, join hands, or somehow touch shoulders or something, and make it a circle. And we'll sing Circle Around for Freedom.
raise your voice, and you must speak out for your right.
If you are not a feminist, male or female, you are looking at the world with one eye open. You need to open both eyes and see the whole world to solve almost any problem.
Activism works, so I'm telling you to act. We are being betrayed by those in power, and they are failing us. But we will not back down. And if you feel threatened by that, then I have some very bad news for you. We will not be silent, because we are the change, and change is coming whether you like it or not.
What an amazing service today. So I'm going to reiterate the words of Starhawk. We can rise with the fire of freedom. Truth is the fire that burns our chains. We can stop the fires of destruction. Healing is the fire running through our veins. Now we're going to eat together. We're going to break bread. And after that, it's the opening reception for James's amazing photography. And after that, we have chocolate cake.
Rafel has a couple of last words, if I can take that mic.
Yes, I just wanted to ask you all to take one of the large buttons that says "No Kings," kind of thing. They're on the table there. And please wear them, because we have to remind all of us that we have to come out in large numbers on March the 28th. And so everyone who sees that, it at least brings up the question, what is that? Or it will remind them to show up. Okay. Thank you.
Just wait 5 minutes.